The City of Neenah is pleased to provide video recordings of City Council meetings. Neenah residents can get information about City Council meetings, City Committee meetings, meeting agendas, and other documents from the City website, www.neenahgov.org. Neenah residents can express their opinions about city issues by contacting the mayor's office, contacting their city alderman, or completing the electronic feedback form on the city website. All public portions of the meetings are recorded in entirety and are not edited.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome. I'd like to call to order the City of Neenah Common Council meeting for Wednesday, April 1st, 2026. The first item on the agenda is the roll call. Please indicate your presence on your roll call device, and the clerk will also call the roll.
Council President Borchard.
Here.
Alderman Bruno.
Here.
Erickson.
Here.
Linsky.
Here.
Ellis.
Here.
Steiner is excused. Paulnow.
Here.
Lendrum.
Here.
And Weber.
Here.
Thank you. I will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. There are no appointments this evening, so the next item on the agenda, is there any objection to unanimous consent of approval of the council minutes and proceedings of March 18th? Any objection to unanimous consent? Seeing none, those council minutes and proceedings are approved. The next item on the agenda is the public forum. This is the opportunity for anybody from the public to come forward if you would like to speak to council during this time. Please come forward and state your name and residential address. Is there anyone who would like to speak during the public forum?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Gerald Van Ryken. I live at 654 McKinley Street in Neenah, Wisconsin, but everybody calls me Gabriel's dad. So if you see me on the street or at the YMCA, feel free to call me Gabriel's dad. And that's kind of why I'm here today. One of the reasons I wanted to come today and speak is to thank Mayor Lang for her service to the city. You know, my son will never be able to say thank you to you with words, but that's why I'm here, so I can practice speaking in front of you, because when your son can never speak, you got to work really, really hard at learning to speak for him. You know, just because he cannot talk with his mouth, he still has a voice, and that voice needs to be heard. So on behalf of my family, again, thank you, Mayor. I want to thank Shar that works behind the desk for getting me the meeting of the mayoral candidates. That was very informative, and I watched that, and man, I wished I could have been here, because I have so many questions for the new mayor, and it's going to be an exciting time for our city. The next time I come, hopefully there'll be a new face there with bright eyes and a full heart, ready to lead us into the future, and I'm excited about that. There was a lot of talk about ICE agents and potholes and taxes and houses. And the one question that I really wanted to bring up to the mayoral candidates was public safety, and more importantly, school safety. We recently had that issue at Neenah Middle School, and I think there were a lot of people in the community that had a twinge of fear go up their spine. I wish that Chief Olson was here today so I could thank him for the inspiring and powerful email that he sent the city to try to calm the nerves of a lot of concerned parents. I cut and pasted that email, and I look at it often. Now, I'm good at a lot of things. I'm good at picking up garbage at the park. I'm really good at jumping rope. And one thing that I'm really good at that I don't talk about much anymore is keeping people safe. And I know we have a lot of professionals, like great police officers, we have social workers, we have guidance counselors, we have teachers. that do a lot to make sure that our children are safe, and I would never, ever want to take their place, but I just want people to know that I'm a resource that anybody can reach out to, and I can give a helping hand. I think outside the box very well. The last time I was here, I spoke about the United States Marine, the homeless man named Keith that perished in our city, and I've been working very, very hard to make sure that never happens again. And I would work equally as hard making sure nothing bad happens in our schools. An ounce of prevention, absolutely worth its weight in gold. So, to be fair, whoever is the next mayor, I'm gonna come knocking on their door. And I'm gonna hope that, you know, I'm not just some guy that's watched too many John Wick movies. You know, I'm a guy that really takes the safety of children very, very, very seriously. So I'm hoping that when they see me coming, there's a smile and not a, it's Gabriel's dad again. So thank you, all of you, for being here today. Like I said, I'll probably be coming here every meeting now because I need to practice my speaking. So I hope you guys don't roll your eyes when you see me walk in the door, because my son will never speak. And like I said, I gotta step up and make sure that I speak for him. Thank you for your time today. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And thank you for the very kind notes. It's very appreciated. Is there anyone else who would like to speak during the public forum?
Thank you very much, and Mayor Lang and council members, former colleagues and friends. 4 years ago, similar place, I guess, so wanted to come and say hi, but more importantly, I did want to come and extend my appreciation, gratitude, and thanks as Mayor Lang leaves office. I want to thank you, Mayor, for your dedication, your outstanding service to this community, your help to me for many years, being a friend and a colleague. You know, we haven't always agreed on everything, but you have done a wonderful, excellent job in running this city. I, for one, know all about the long hours that you put in. I've heard you say this is a 24/7 job, and I used to use that moniker too. It is a 24/7 job running a great community like the city of Neenah. This community has been blessed with some wonderful leaders, Mary Jane Carpenter, George Shirk, and a lot of great council people too. And the community is in a much better shape because of some of the decisions and guidance and direction that you have taken as the leader of this community. And we owe you a great deal of thanks for the time and effort that you've put in. And from one former mayor to another former mayor soon to be, thank you very much. I mean it, and this community is in much better shape, and we're better off because of what you've done. You've made a difference, and I just want to say thank you. The space rocket went to the moon a few minutes ago, or a little while ago, and in a little while, the mayor will be heading off for grandchildren. I don't know which one's more fun, but probably the grandchildren. So thanks again, Mayor. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mayor. Is there anyone else who would like to speak during the public forum?
Lee Hillstrom, 1021 Sterling Avenue, soon to be under construction, right, Jerry? Not because it's the worst looking street in our city, but because the number of water main breaks. That is what you all know and make decisions on, and it's not just, a lot of residents don't understand that. Well, my 16 years of attending council meetings in this room, I still am here each month leading a prostate cancer support group. And appreciate the opportunity with Station 31 under construction. So while cancer groups like mine in North America average about 12 to 15 people showing up each week, whether it's in person, virtually, or a combination of both, My group here averages 60 people, men and women, each month. It's a crazy number and probably one of the largest in the nation. And that part of that is being able to use facilities like this and the cooperation of the cancer centers and all the medical groups in this area that let me have their great speakers come in. There are a couple things about this place. I know it's in the CIP to be worked on coming up because it does need some improvements. The lighting was set up when the Alderman Ellis will remember when the aldermen actually were in a horseshoe back here. So the lighting isn't very good. Some people are well lit, some people have hardly any lighting on as far as aldermen. And if, you don't care here, but the people watching it on TV see the difference. So that would be an improvement to do that. The other thing is the archaic board behind the mayor there, the screen. We need to update and get into the modern age there. And it'd be great if we could put a TV in each section, a large screen TV at an angle and slant it down so people could actually see the small print and read it when they come here for meetings. That's one complaint I really get for my meetings here. So many years ago, before I ran for alderman, I attended a class reunion, and that would have been many years ago, in Manitowoc, and I talked with a person who was the president, and so he told me he has a small business in Manitowoc, and he told me about how he envied me living in Neenah with such a progressive council and mayor, and how we were always looking to the future and doing things. And so that was one thing that had me wanting to take a chance and run for alderman later on, our vision. That was around the time Mayor Carpenter ran for election, wanting the city to have its first industrial park. And the person running against her didn't want that, and thankfully she won the election. And we all know the success of our industrial park. After that, I worked with Mayor Shark, and I was president of the Parks and Recreation Commission at the time. And his vision was the boardwalk and redoing Shattuck Park. And that has been copied by so many other cities now. So that brings up, what's next? And on a much grander scale is Arrowhead Park. What can be done there? And, there's tens of millions of dollars already invested in an apartment building there and what's coming there. I'm sure there's corporations, individuals ready to step up and help with that development. There's going to be tens of millions of dollars more in retail and housing that will go in because of that, which helps our tax base, brings people in from other cities, helps everybody. So I hope you will support that. Tonight I come to thank all of you, from our wonderful recorder over there, known for so many years, does a great job. And I know none of you probably like to watch meetings yourselves, but there's a lot of people that watch the meetings yet, so your great work's appreciated. You don't get enough credit, so thank you. The department heads, and tonight a couple of the deputy department heads, I guess. The great work you all do for our city, and leading your departments, making great suggestions, helping us grow as a city and improve. So you're all greatly appreciated. Thank you to the underpaid aldermen from this city. And, I was one of you for 16 years, so, I know what that's like, and I know the hours you put in. I know there's no way you can make everybody happy in your district, so that's always a battle. So, thank you for the work you do. It's, I hate to bring this up, but saying so many good things, but it's a shame that in this time of political division in our country that there are people who spread misinformation on social media and unfair things and name calling and other things. So I'm sad to see that. Everybody up there works hard, and it's just discouraging. So there's one person left up there. Honorable Mayor Lang. Hi, Jane.
Hi, Lee.
12 years ago, Jane called me before deciding to run for alderman, wanting information on what it was like to be an alderman. It's happened to me a few years earlier. I guess I omitted a few things. And maybe downplayed the hours spent a little bit. And she ended up running for alderman, and here she is 12 years later, retiring from mayor. I guess she forgave me as we developed a great friendship, which included working hard to continue making our city a great place to live, work, and play. She's done a fantastic job as our mayor, and I've been so proud of the way she has led our city during some difficult times, from staffing issues to tough budget decisions that you all just supported her with her work. Being a good mayor also means being a spokesperson, representing our city events, speaking to groups, and having an open door for those wanting to talk. Even after I was off to council, and I would occasionally send her an email and soon receive a reply, not knowing that she was on vacation somewhere, and yet she was still 24/7. So Mayor Lang, I wish you well in your retirement, and know that you'll still be involved in keeping the city a wonderful place to live. And Shar, I guess my 5 minutes are probably about up. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lee. Didn't think I'd be crying at the beginning of the meeting. Is there anyone else who would like to speak during the public forum?
Thank you, Mayor. My name is John Skirms. I live at 116.5 West Wisconsin Avenue in beautiful downtown Neenah. I'm here tonight to express my gratitude to this council for all your efforts in the last year. The roles you play are neither simple nor easy, but also they can be challenging, messy, frustrating. So for all your dedicated service, I thank you for that. To the department heads, staff, thanks for the heavy lifting you do every day. I continue to be impressed by your professionalism, quality of work, concern for the community, and David, Shar, Andy, that includes you too. Mayor Lang, you've led us with steady hands and accomplished so much in your tenure. You've worked tirelessly for the benefit of our citizens, our businesses, our visitors, our guests. You've done an excellent job and have so much to be proud of. Alderperson Lindrum, I have the utmost respect for you. You continue to provide outstanding service to your constituents in the first. Your experience is invaluable. I look forward to seeing you back here next month. President Borchert, since being elected to the council and council presidency, you have established important new relationships, learned a lot, and grown, and I believe you'll be a fine mayor. Tammy, Scott, thanks for putting your head in for another go-around. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak during the public forum? Seeing no one, I will close the public forum. The next item is Mayor Council consideration of public forum issues. Alderman Lundrum.
Thank you, Mayor. Gerald, over there. Gabriel's dad. Yeah, even if you don't remember Gerald or Gabriel's dad, you can just say, hey, you, right? Because I have to say, I see him often at the Y. Every single time I see him, I feel good about myself. He's just one of those guys that no matter what you're feeling, he just sparks something. So I am not kidding. And if anyone feels bad ever about anything, grab him. Just grab him and just say, Gerald, I need just to talk for 2 seconds, and he'll help you. Am I right?
Well, one of the things I did when I was working in government is I came in early, I went for a run, lifted my weights, and the first thing I did is I wrote an email to a colleague every day just to promote teamwork, get that spirit. I'm hoping that soon I have every one of you guys' email addresses.
And you'll get them.
And I'll make sure to
And
put those ideas.
And you may be sorry, because I'm going to ask Mayor Lang to put you on the Friends of Neenah volunteer list. So you might not like me anymore, but anyway, I'm not kidding. He's one of the most amazing, nice guys that anyone can. Kind guy. Correct. Kind, compassionate person. So anyway, just wanted to make that comment. Thank you, Mayor.
Alderman Ellis?
Thank you, Mayor. My comments tonight, I would just like to mirror what we heard from the gallery tonight about you, my friend. Ooh, 3 years ago, I never thought I'd be sitting in this chair again. And we had a great talk. And you shared with me your vision and your what ifs. And it inspired me, something I hadn't felt for a lot of years. When I first sat in these councils, as former Alderman Hillstrom can talk about, he and I served on a committee in 1979. I got elected in early 1980. At that time, I was the youngest kid on the block in the council chambers. Today, I'm the oldest. But what I have seen in the last 152 years of this history of the city, I have seen 35 mayors, present company included. I've seen countless council members and department heads that come through. I have seen us succeed. I have seen us fail. But the one thing I've never seen us do is not try to make Neenah a better place tomorrow than it was today. So I just want to say to you, Jane, thank you. You have made Neenah a better place. You have made me a better person. And as I've told you, when you walk out that door, you can be proud to know that you left Neenah better than when you walked in. Thank you.
Get out the Kleenex. One there. Alderman Erickson?
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to say thank you as well. It was in April 2014 when you and I were both sworn in for the first time to the City Council. We were so fortunate that Mayor Crawford had Wisconsin Supreme Court Justice Shirley Abramson swear us in, and that was very, very special. But I have worked with you for 12 years, and I consider you my friend. And that's the most important thing to me. We have been together from Arts Council, Historical Society, you name it, we've done things together. And we've been having fun along the way. We don't always agree, but we're friends, and I appreciate that. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Alderman Bruno?
Yeah, so I don't have that much, a long time I'm working with you. But the only thing that I would say is that I am here today for a year because of you. I always admire your leadership, the way you manage the city. I admire you because of your passion for history that we have in common, for sure. And your dedication for the city. As you say, 24 hours, everywhere, and that's inspired me, because if I were a mayor, I think I would do the same. So it's another passion, and you need to have that passion to be a good mayor. So thank you, because I'm here again. I will say that because of you.
Thank you. All right. The next item, there is no consent agenda this evening. So moving on to reports of standing committees, the regular Public Services and Safety Committee meeting of March 24th. Chairman Lindrum.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't know if I'm going to bring the house down or bring it back up again, but reporting out from the regular Public Services and Safety Committee meeting of March 24th, 2026, and the minutes can always be found on the city website. We've got 3 action items. Is Lee here? I said that because of you, Lee. Item number 1, committee recommends council approve the staff entering into a contract with Van de Waal and Associates for the services related to the preparation of new zoning and sign code at a not-to-exceed cost of $130,000 with funding from the 2026 Community Development Outside Services budget. And as soon as I move and get a second, I just want to remind people that Deputy Schmidt is here if anybody has any questions.
There's a motion by Alderman Lundrum, seconded by Alderman Paulno. Discussion on this item. Seeing no discussion on this item, please cast your vote on your voting device. That motion passes 8-0.
Item number 2, committee recommends council approve the Class A combination liquor license for Union Star Corporation doing business as the Cheese Table, 125 West Wisconsin Avenue, Neenah, Wisconsin, and I would so move.
There's a motion by Alderman Lundrum, seconded by Alderman Weber. Discussion on this item. Any questions? Seeing none, please cast your vote on your voting device. That motion also passes 8-0.
Okay, and the third and last, committee recommends council approve staff to enter into a professional services agreement with SEH Incorporated for the preparation of a city administration building master plan in an amount not to exceed $21,555. And again, as soon as I get a second, Deputy Schmidt could answer any questions. Actually, sorry, Director Kaiser. Sorry. I just promoted
There's a
him.
motion by Alderman Lundrum, seconded by Council President Borchert. Alderman Paulno.
Thank you, Mayor. I voted against this in committee because I just think this to me seems more like a want versus a need currently. I look at all the things we have that on Public Works' plate, stormwater plan, traffic engineer position, parking ramp. Baldwin sidewalks still aren't done because of certain things. I just think there's a lot going on right now. This was an item that wasn't originally in the budget. I know it's a long-term need. I just feel now with all the other items on the docket, I just don't think this is in the best interest to get things done in a timely manner. Thank you.
Is there any additional discussion on this item? Seeing none, please cast your vote on your voting device. That motion passes 7-1.
And that's the end of my report.
Thank you for your report. The next item on the agenda is the regular Finance and Personnel Committee meeting of March 23rd. Chairman Steiner is out tonight, so Vice Chairman Erickson.
Thank you, Mayor. Reporting out from the regular Finance and Personnel Committee meeting of March 23rd, 2026. Item number 1, the committee recommends council approve the development agreement and offer to purchase the Horseshoe Beverage Company, LLC, to support the company's future expansion plans in the city's South Park Industrial Center, and I so move.
There's a motion by Alderman Lundrum, seconded by Alderman Ellis. Is there any discussion on this item?
Alderman Erickson.
Oh, what did I say?
Lundrum.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, and I'm looking right at your name, too.
Okay.
Motion by Alderman Erickson, seconded by Alderman Ellis. Discussion. Alderman Paulno.
Thank you, Mayor. Director Schmidt, could you explain a little bit about the scope? Because this is a pretty exciting project, I think, for that TID. And if you give a little kind of explanation of, there's quite a few positives in this, and just if you could explain that, I think that'd be beneficial for people watching.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So this really started probably about a year ago. I've been having conversations, and then when Kelly got hired, she was included in those conversations. So Horseshoe is really looking to expand their facility and their operations here in the city of Neenah. They had approached us about the land that we own to the west of their property on Schultz Drive, the former Lawrence Junkyard site. This agreement really gives them the time and the opportunity to do the due diligence to not only develop the site across from their facility, but also to add on their current facility. So there's still a lot of unknowns at this point. This agreement, basically, we transfer the land, it becomes taxable, so they will pay assessments on the land that's currently not taxable, but also give them the time to really figure out what they want to do in terms of moving forward. Additionally, we have protections that if the development as proposed doesn't move forward, that we have an opportunity to buy the land back. So I think it's a win-win for both the city and certainly for Horseshoe.
Yeah, I agree. The way it was structured and written, I think was really proactive and thinking ahead for the, what if scenarios. And I think currently it's about $450,000. That goes directly to the TID then, correct? Is that correct, or?
We have a land sales fund that we've been putting these types of sales in for a while now. So
Okay.
I don't believe this is part of a TID, is it?
It is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, wouldn't that be a revenue for the TID, though, to make sure the TID's?
Which district?
9.
Yeah, well, then we would probably put it back to TID
Okay.
9, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Any additional discussion on this item? Seeing none, please cast your vote on your voting device. That motion passes 8-0.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you for your report. The next item, there was no plan commission meeting. So Business Improvement District Board meeting, March 19th. Is there any report, Alderman Ellis?
No report tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Sustainable Neenah Committee, Alderman Linsky. Is there any report?
Thank you, Mayor. No report tonight.
Thank you. The report from the Park and Rec Commission meeting, Alderman Weber.
Thank you, Mayor. Nothing specific for the council. Minutes will be on the city website.
Okay, thank you. Are there any petitions? No petitions. Are there any council directives? Seeing none, the next item on the agenda is unfinished business. I would recommend that we receive and place on file the City of Neenah Strategic Plan 2026 to 2029. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion by Alderman Paulno, seconded by Council President Borchert. And just to update you, I will be finishing up compiling the specific goals for each department. Each department had worked on specific goals for this 3-year plan, and we will be providing that to the next mayor after they are sworn in on the 21st. Any discussion on this? Seeing none, please cast your vote on your voting device. That motion passes 8-0. The next item on the agenda is new business. I've got a little statement to make. Sorry, Alderman Lundrum.
You want me to go before you? Let me go before you. I think it'd be better if you went, yeah. All right. I've got an email from Dan Steiner. Of course, he had to work, so he was sorry he couldn't come and say this to you personally. So he asked if he could email me, and I would read it to you. First, thank you, Alderperson Lundrum, for presenting my thoughts during this evening council meeting. I apologize for not being there, but with my kids racing through high school at what feels like light speed, I take every opportunity to spend time with them on spring break that I can. That's nice. Mayor Jane, as you may recall, you became mayor the same year I first joined the council. From the very beginning, you could not have been more welcoming, straightforward, and genuine to me as a very green alderperson. Over the Over the last 4 years, I've had the wonderful opportunity to work with a mayor who leads with kindness, courage, dedication to service, love of history, and a vision for the future of our incredible city. You are thoughtful, candid, and care so deeply for the people of Neenah. Public office today is too frequently filled with those more interested in frivolous grandstanding, maneuvering, and self-interest. Jane, I thank you for always taking the opposite path and modeling how a public servant should behave. I thank you for all your hard work and dedication on this, and at times, it's a thankless role. I thank you for your integrity and focus on making the city better. I thank you for being a wonderful mayor and colleague. And finally, I thank you for being my friend. I look forward to us to continue to work together, as I know, given how much you care about Neenah, you will be continuing to find ways to support and improve the city and to call that we all love and to call our home. So I'm not done. I've got 2 more things. Is that okay? They're quick. And I don't want to talk about anything emotional because, yeah, that'd be a problem. So I'm just going to tell a little funny story. I was talking to Mayor Jane near her office, and she told me she was on her way out to some sort of very, very, very fancy presentation. And I said, "And you're wearing that?" And she said, "What's wrong? What's wrong with it?" My sister handed it down to me, and I said, "It looks like it, Jane." And I took off my jacket, and I said, "Put mine on. You cannot go and give your presentation wearing that." And so she took my jacket and gave
it.
yeah, I gave it to her, and yeah, it looked way better. And that's how she gave her presentation. So I saved you that day. And then so just one last really quick thing now that you are sort of retiring is don't forget the Kleenex goes in the sleeve. Okay? Thank you. That's all I have.
Council President Borchert.
Mayor Lang, thank you. And I know I speak from everybody in the room. I had the privilege of working alongside of you for the last 6 years. 4 years ago, we stood at opposite sides of a mayoral race, but we did it the right way. It was respectful and it was honest, and it really reflected exactly the kind of leadership you brought to this city. Over the last 3 years serving as city council president, I've had the opportunity to work closely with you, and I've learned a great deal. You've been a great teacher every step of the way when we agreed or disagreed. You led with thoughtfulness, steadiness, and with a clear focus of moving Neenah forward. Your leadership has helped shape the important work for the city, from advancing our strategic plan, guiding housing studies, taking a deeper look into the city hall's cultural study. Those are not small things, and those are the kinds of efforts in the direction that leave a lasting impact. Beyond the work itself, what stands out most is your commitment to this community. You spent a lifetime serving Neenah, and I think everyone here knows you're not done. You care too much, you've invested too much to ever really step away. Fred's probably like, wait a second, I thought. But I know you love Neenah dearly, and you will always be a part of that. You've helped the city and this community pursue the right direction, and for that, we are better for your leadership. Thank you for your leadership, your friendship, and your service to Neenah. I wish nothing but the best for you to what comes next, and I know Neenah will continue to benefit from your passion and in your dedication for years to come. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Erickson.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to ask a question. A few months ago, the Chief Olson brought up that there were a number of police departments that were going to be looking at some type of rules for electric scooters and bikes. And I was wondering if we could request at the next meeting that he give us an update on that. The reason being is now that spring is here, I'm noticing so many more bikes zipping through intersections, going right down the middle of the street. And something has to be done because it's not when this accident is, it's when an accident is going to happen, because inevitably it will. So, thank you.
If I may, Alderman Erickson, I have some good news on that front. We have been working for the chief on this, both myself and Maggie Struve and Menasha, as well as the attorneys for Fox Crossing and even Appleton. We're trying to be as consistent as we can, especially where these places overlap. So we have draft ordinances ready to bring forward very soon. In fact, we're going to meet tomorrow with the chief and myself and Becky and a few others. And so stay tuned. Probably within the next month, we'll have a proposed ordinance.
Nice.
So.
Thank you. I have a question
Yeah.
for you then. And I had mentioned this to Mayor Lang. If we all have an ordinance, my concern is how do we let the young kids know? I mean, sending a message out to their parents, it seems that these kids are not paying attention to anything. So I guess enforcement, and how do we send the message that this is very, very serious?
Yep, we're going to do some educational things. There's an event on June 5th that Mike Kading can tell you more about, but it's Listen at the Loop. Is that right? Listen to the Loop. And so there'll be some opportunities. Hopefully we'll have those ordinances in place then. And just the main answer is to do some educational pieces that the police departments will have. We're probably going to be having some mandatory helmet wear as part of this, which will give them opportunities to stop and counsel and educate the younger crowd especially. So
Good.
Anyway.
Thank
stay
you.
tuned.
That's a good update. Thank you.
Alderman Weber.
Thank you, Mayor. No long speech for me, but I just wanted to say thank you as well for the time we spent together. And a thank you, I think, because when you became mayor, that gave me the opportunity to, I would say, apply to be an alderperson. And honestly, I don't know that I would have ever done it if that opportunity didn't pop up. And I'm very glad, and I'm glad to be able to learn from you, and looking forward to the future now to continue to be your alderperson. So thank you very much.
Thanks. Alderman Linsky.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, just wanted to say thank you for all you have done for the city. Just keep it short. Again, thanks, and keep smiling. 'Cause I've never known you not to have a smile on your face coming in, bad news or anything. You've always had a smile. Thank you.
Well, hopefully it's not like a weird disconnect while she's smiling. Well, thank you all. All right, I'll try to get through this. 12 years ago, I was getting ready to step into a new role for me as a 3rd District Alderman. And 4 years ago, Council President Borchert and I were each wrapping up our respective campaigns for mayor of this great city. It's really incredible to me how fast those years have gone by. It has been a true honor and privilege to have served in our city's government for the past 12 years. And the experiences I've had with all of you have shaped me, grown me, and helped me to further realize just how important it is to work together to move our community forward in a positive direction. To think with determined clarity about what we want our beautiful city to be in 10, 20, and 30 plus years out. As I was sharing with our first ever Citizens Academy class last week about what the role of mayor is, and maybe more importantly, what it is not, I was able to relay to them the fact that the mayor is not the expert in all things. The mayor is not the finance director, or the police chief, or the city clerk, or the community development director, or the public works director, or the city attorney, or any of the other extremely complex jobs that our department heads and staff so very capably fill. The mayor is the manager, the listener, the visionary, the relationship builder, and most of all, the biggest advocate for the city. The biggest blessing to me personally over the years I've been part of this organization is the incredible honor it has been to have been able to work alongside the exceptional people who serve the city of Neenah. I'm incredibly proud of our team and the fact that day after day they dedicate themselves to serving others. That really takes a special kind of commitment. The friendships I've formed have meant so much to me. Those partners in the community who have also supported our city and me were a huge part of why my decision to not run again was so difficult. Thank you to each one who has encouraged and supported me along the way over these past 12 years. You know who you are, and I hope you know that I will always be here for you. That being said, even last night, we weren't sure if we'd be running over to Minnesota to meet our newest grandchild, who is due any day now. And as you can imagine, I'm really looking forward to that next chapter. Now I can't even see, sorry.
You want my eye patch?
I can kind of see better than that. If I've learned anything about life in the past 62 years, it's that tomorrow isn't guaranteed, and you never know what it will hold. We plan, we expect, and we never fully realize how little control we actually have over what happens next. That doesn't, however, excuse us from doing our best with each day that we have. I can say with certainty that my focus for the past 12 years, and I'm sure my amazing husband, very patient husband, can attest to this, 40 years of putting up with me, that my focus has been for the past 12 years on the city of Neenah, its well-being, its improvement, and its future. I would be doing my ancestors, including my great-grandfather, Mayor Kimberly, a disservice if I hadn't given it this job my all. So with that, I will close with the words of my great-grandfather and the words he spoke at his inaugural meeting when he was elected as the mayor of the young city of Neenah in 1877. The city of Neenah stands today young, healthy, and vigorous, offering advantages which, when utilized, will ensure us wealth and an increased intelligent population. While our citizens are looking to us for action in all matters of public interest, let us acquaint ourselves thoroughly with the provisions of our charter so that no act of ours shall be considered hasty or irregular, but at the end of our term of office, we may be enabled to present a report of our doings acceptable to the public and satisfactory to ourselves. Thank you for the honor it has been to serve as your mayor. Somehow I thought I was going to get through that without crying. But you know me. Is there any additional new business? Seeing none, you know what's next.
Motion to adjourn?
There's a motion to adjourn and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, we're adjourned.
The City of Neenah is pleased to provide video recordings of City Council meetings. Neenah residents can get information about City Council meetings, City Committee meetings, meeting agendas, and other documents from the City website, www.neenahgov.org. Neenah residents can express their opinions about city issues by contacting the mayor's office, contacting their city alderman, or completing the electronic feedback form on the city website. All public portions of the meetings are recorded in entirety and are not edited.